What's up everyone, it's Icemanauz, aka Jay, and in today's video, I'm back with another episode of Mailbox. This is basically the series where you leave me a question in the comment section below, and I answer it. Our first question today comes to us from Mark Haller. Would you like to see the next battlefield be World War II? So it's interesting because for the past few years, a lot of these shooters have been modern day shooters, and I think it's time for something different, to be honest. Whether that be a World War II game, a futuristic game, it doesn't really matter. I think, though, it is time for a change. And on that note, I think that's why Titanfall is doing well, is because it's something different, and I think that's what a lot of FPS fans are looking for, seeing as, you know, again, the past few years have been all modern military shooters. And that's not to say modern military shooters aren't a bad thing, you know, they're actually good, but it's always good to have a change of pace and to innovate. I feel like a lot of these developers hide behind that modern military thing as a cause for lack of innovation. So to be honest, I'm surprised that we haven't seen another type of shooter in a different time. I think, to excuse the pun, but it's just a matter of time before we see a game like that. And to answer your question, would I like to see a Battlefield 5 World War II game? Yes, I would definitely, but I would like to say this. If any of you have seen my Battlefield 5 Armageddon video, you will know that that game is set in the future, which is a game that's in pre-production right now. So take that as well when you compare what games you want to see from the Battlefield franchise, because right now there is a Battlefield 5 in pre-production, which is set in the future. And the next question comes to us from Warwolf9871. If you got to choose a DLC theme, what would it be? Mine would be the Vietnam War. So that is a good choice, I will give you that, but my DLC of choice would be a 2142 DLC. So if you don't know, Battlefield 2142 was the second game ever released in the Battlefield franchise, the one after Battlefield 1942. And going back to the previous message, it would be a nice change of pace. Again, you know, could you imagine, right, they release a DLC, that's a 2142 DLC, where we have laser guns mixing with modern day weapons. It would probably be awful, but I would like to see it, one, for the lulz, and two, it would be something different at the very least. So I think it would mix things up definitely. So yeah, I would like to see a 2142 DLC. I think that would be awesome. And our final question today comes to us from CrispyChicken44. What a username, holy crap. Very well put, Jay, especially the part with starting a new channel. He was referring to my first Mailbox video. Here's a question for you. Aside from YouTube, what other hobbies are you interested in doing? Do you plan on moving to the US? And is there a GPU that you recommend for a budgeted PC build? So that's a lot of questions there, but I selected this because I thought they were all very good questions. Thank you, CrispyChicken44. That's one hell of a username you got there. To start off, hobbies. Well, I like to make music. My actual job is that I'm a music producer, so I don't think it'd be surprising that I enjoy making music. It's something that I've had a passion for since I was 10 years old, and it's just something I enjoy doing. Along with that, you know, I like to travel. What I do with my job is I'm able to travel to different countries. Like last year, I was able to go to Ontario, Canada, to work with an artist, and that's awesome. So, you know, traveling, doing music, chilling out, just having fun, and obviously YouTube. I mean, you didn't say besides YouTube, but I obviously like doing that, and building a fan base. I think that's definitely cool, and interacting with my community on YouTube is definitely one of my passions. And the next question you asked was, do I have a plan on moving to the US? Now, this is an interesting question because when I was a child, I always wanted to move to the US. I don't know where specifically. I always thought New York, because here in Australia, we don't really have, you know, a bunch of people everywhere, and, you know, just I don't know, looking at New York is almost like a polar opposite to some places here in Australia. So it's pretty interesting, you know, just a bunch of people in one area. I don't know if it would be a good place to live, but I would definitely like to go there to holiday. If I was going to live in the United States, I would have to live somewhere cold. So if any of you know somewhere really cold all the time, please recommend it to me, because in Australia, it is so freaking hot, and I always have this thing where I say it's always easier to get warm than it is to get cool. So if I can get somewhere cool in the US, please put me there, and I will live there forevs. I say forevs because it is clearly a part of the English language. Anyway, on to your final question out of this message. Now, I don't know too much about computers. People automatically assume that about me, seeing as the build that I've got, you know, the whole 3 Titans cooling crazy thing. But my girlfriend actually made that for me. So one positive about my girlfriend is she knows a lot about computers and that whole tech stuff. So she kind of got me into that. And just on that note, she's actually one of the people who influenced me starting my YouTube channel, because she always watched YouTube videos and stuff. I was more of a TV person, so I'm going off a complete tangent. But if I had to recommend one graphics card, it would be one that's cheap and works well. And, well, what I will say is that the Titan costs a lot of money. It costs like $1,000, and you can get a 780 Ti, which is pretty much just as good. In fact, a little bit better if you want to do gaming, and it's like a third of the price. But that's all I really know. I apologize if that wasn't very technical. But anyway, that's all the questions I have here for today. If you have a question for me, leave it in the comment section below. I'll be sure to answer it for the next video. But that's pretty much it from me, guys. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and peace.